I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here as we get set for full day qualifying in preparation for the 5th race of the 2nd season of the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series. We're here in the desert, Avondale, Arizona, as we are at the Phoenix International Raceway, getting set for what should be a good one this week. Not really certain which side of the spectrum both the Lights and the Cup race are going to be on. It could be all about track position. However, I was watching the drivers in testing, and it looks like you are able to make passes, but you got to have a very good long-run car. We've seen a couple of races this season where drivers have been able, with long-run cars, to work their way from back of the field, middle of the pack, up to the front. They've had to rely also on some pit strategy as well. That could be another facet of the 2 races we have this weekend. Should be very interesting to see how it works, but if it is indeed a race of track position, then this qualifying session and tomorrow's qualifying session for the Cup Series will be very, very important. Here today in the Light Series, 29 drivers. They'll be vying for the pole. They'll have 15 minutes in order to be able to set down that optimal Q lap, and we've got drivers already now heading out onto the grid in preparation for this one. Probably going to want to go out off of pit road as early as possible to have a clean racetrack, because once all 29 cars are on the track, it's going to be very congested. It's going to be very difficult to be able to send it as much as you want to into the corner, get that fast lap time, and you see Nathan Stapleton in the 97 going to be one of those very first drivers. Nathan Stapleton coming into this race 9th in the point stands. He dropped a few spots after last week at Pocono, and he will look to bounce back. Had a good start to his year nonetheless, though. 2 top 10s, 1 top 5 in the first 4 starts. And he's been really good in qualifying as well. As a matter of fact, Nathan Stapleton, only to Dave Smith, has the best average qualifying position at 8.25. Dave Smith at an 8.00. So we'll keep an eye on this NS Racing number 97 Dark Horse Mustang here for this qualifying session. See if he can put together yet another good starting position. As soon as Nathan Stapleton puts down the first official lap time of the session, we will start your lap time scrolling across the top of the screen here. We are under 13 and a half minutes remaining in this qualifying session. So far, we've had 4 races and 4 different drivers have sat on the pole. Aubrey Powell, Juan Garcia, Dave Smith, and most recently RJ Bishop last week at Pocono. 29.187 going to be the first official lap time set down by Nathan Stapleton. We'll see if anybody's going to be able to topple that. Eli Bright in the 20 car, 22nd in points. A lot of his Trackhouse teammates have had a good start to the year, but not the case for Eli Bright. Juan Garcia currently up inside of the top 10 in the point standings, and Roberta Crown Jr. up in the top 5 in the point standings, but they're trying to get the program going there for Eli Bright. We mentioned it last week. All of the Haas racing cars now bringing sponsorship into Phoenix. Aubrey Powell with the Interstate Batteries colors on her number 71 Toyota Supra. Aubrey Powell coming into this race 5th in the point standings, jumped up 7 spots after Pocono last week. Had a really good run and now no longer with the unsponsored Toyota. Looking to see if maybe a fast-looking paint scheme will get a little bit more speed for her and her attempt to get up there into the points lead. Aubrey's only 5 points out of the top spot. 5 points separating the top 5 in the standings. Only 19 points separating the top 10 in overall points. As David Dixon going to make a pass around Aubrey Powell. Right now 18th on the board for the 3-time Lite Series winner from last season. David Dixon just outside of the top 10 in points. 11th in the standings coming into this one. Only one top 10 so far here in the first 4 races. So they're trying to get that program going there for Southern Cross Racing. His teammate Kim Wright Jr. coming in as the points leader. So they put a lot of focus on the 95. Now they got to transfer that attention over to the 45 as he had some dirt kicked up there ahead. Oh, somebody with an issue. Oh, that's one of the Haas racing cars. That's Wes McCoy, new sponsorship with the Haas Automation. And he had an engine go on him, looked like over in the entrance to turn 1. That's why we saw the dust kicked up in 1 and 2. He got it down as low as he could off the racing surface. That way if there's any fluid leaking from out from underneath that car, it would not be up on the racetrack for these drivers to have to deal with. Looks like one of the Garage 55 cars coming down pit road behind him, and I believe that is Ralph Mason's 66. Right now, fastest in Phoenix is the 17 out of Bishop Family Racing. That is Mike Tellier, clocking in at a 28.407. Mike Tellier coming into this race 21st in points, still searching for his first top 10 on the year. And we talked about track position could be very important here this weekend. Mike Tellier right now would have the best starting spot if he can hold on to it. Still a long ways to go in this session. Still a little less than 10 minutes left. Juan Garcia. He dropped 4 spots in points last week from 2nd to 6th. He was last week co-points leader with, I believe it was then his teammate Roberta Crown Jr. And now he finds himself 10 points out of the top spot. And looking for some speed in that car as well, because we talked about the fact that you get out there when the track is clear, you got a better chance of a really good lap time. Right now, Juan Garcia, 22nd on the speed charts at a 28.650. Right now, Fords hold the front row. Chris Dollerton, the former Duracell Next Gen Cup Series champion, is 2nd on the board at a 28.427. The driver out of Michael Norman Motorsports, Dollerton coming into this race currently in the 15th position in points, and he gained a ton of spots last week at Pocono, up 6 positions from where he was last week. Your biggest gainers last week in points was Skylar Taylor and Aubrey Powell jumping up 7 spots. Cam Wright Jr. and Chris Dollerton jumped up 6 positions, and then Nathan Fogler jumped up 5 positions in the point standings. All of those drivers mentioned are now inside of the top 20 in overall points. So we got a wreck up ahead. That's Anthony McCurry, and he's going to get clobbered by Mike Tellier. And more problems for Matt Haas. Skylar Taylor is in this, and they're going to continue to plow in. Nathan Stapleton, Dave Smith. We got to get the track cleared. Eli Bright is into it. Now Brody Kupski, and they're still wrecking. Kupski up and over Aubrey Powell. Are we ever going to get the track cleared off here? No, we're not, because Jordan Anderson comes flying in. Roberta Crown Jr. comes flying in. We got to get these cars off the track. Cody Majorek now into it. Cat Batson, Cam Wright Jr. Now, the good news is all these drivers are more than likely going to have to go to the backup cars, but they will not forfeit the track or the position that they're in right now on the speed charts, but that's something interesting that we're going to have to kind of squirrel away for tomorrow afternoon's race. If we end up having a wreck on the back straightaway through the dog leg, it's going to be very difficult, I think, for a lot of drivers to be able to avoid. Dollarton has been kicked down to third, and Jordan Anderson, who was involved in that wreck, he is going to now currently be scored second, so a Chevrolet breaks up the Ford Fest on the front row, as we're looking at Colin Grace, the new sponsorship for the other entry out of Haas Racing, Exalta, coming on board. Colin right now is 18th on the speed charts right now. Ralph Mason, 8th in points, right now 20th on the board. Remember, we saw him coming to pit road behind the 8 car of Wes McCoy when McCoy had the engine problem. And there is the other British car out of Garage 55, Sean Galligan, doing just one position better, 19th right now for the 62. Well, I think he's on pit road right now. We were going to focus on Cam Wright Jr., who has 3 top 10s in the first 4 starts on the season. But he's more than likely coming down to get into a backup car, as we're focused on Jordan Anderson. Slow car there with Cat Batson in the 39. As both Nathan Fogler and Jordan Anderson made their way around the Aussie Hair Products Ford Mustang. Michael Turner now trying to make a pass there, but Jordan Anderson right now at a 28.420. Has about 13 100ths off of the lap time set by Mike Tellier, but good enough right now for the front row. Nathan Fogler, good run last week at Pocono. Played some pit strategy, and it worked out to his favor. Was one of the last drivers to dive onto pit lane and was able to finish, I think it was either just in the latter portion of the top 10 or just outside of the top 10, but he definitely gained track position from where he was prior to the last pit stop. As we mentioned, jumped up 5 spots in the standings. 20th in points coming into this one. Still only 43 points out of the points lead. The points are still really, really close. So we do have some Cup Series interlopers here this weekend. I believe we have a total of 2 of them. Anthony McCurry is one of them in the 55. We saw him last week have a great run, ran most of the day inside the top 10 at Pocono. Getting a little bit of more added experience here this weekend at Phoenix. He's 13th on the board right now. And see if we can find the other one. Cam Wright Jr. is still out there with damage. I guess they're going to stay with the primary car, even though he is dead last on the board right now. There's the other Cup interloper, RJ Bishop. Second straight week for him, and you knew RJ Bishop was going to be in the field here in Lite's home track here for RJ. Just a stone's throw away from the Phoenix International Raceway, if you could throw a stone about 2 hours away from you. 16th on the board right now for the number 16. And of course for RJ, not running for points here in this series. He just wants more track time at his home track, and of course as well, get that experience for the Cup race on Sunday. About 3.5 minutes remaining as Mike Tellier continues to show the way. See if we can find the number 17 once again. There he is. Even his lap times here outside of the lap time he put down that currently has him on the pole looking really good. He's that time by just ran a 28.494. That's only 900ths off his fastest lap. So good consistent long run speed as well for the 3M Ford. And he will look to carry this speed into tomorrow afternoon as we take a look at what's around the turn presented by NNSCRA Paint Designs. Kick things off tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with Cup qualifying here from Phoenix, and then it's the Bosch's Supermarkets 94, the 5th race of the season here for the Duracell Ultralight Series drivers at 3 p.m. And then on Sunday at 1, it's the Cobalt Tools 125 as the Cup drivers will take to the racetrack for their 5th race of the season. This has been a track historically that has been very good to S3 Motorsports. We'll see if that trend holds true, and of course we'll find out tomorrow during pole day qualifying just what kind of Chevrolets they will be bringing to the table, as it's been a while since an S3 Motorsports car went to victory lane. You have to go back to the finale last season when Jessica Shelton not only won the last race of the season, but won the championship also. Jordan Anderson has been displaced from the front row. Colin Grace in the 27 with that brand new paint scheme, clocking in at a 28.416. That's a 4/1000ths better than the lap time put down by Jordan Anderson. So Anderson will get moved down to third. Roberto Crown Jr. right now in fourth, and new driver to the top of the board, actually. How about we talked about Eli Bright trying to get on the momentum train that his other Trackhouse Racing teammates are on, and he just clocked in at a 28.397. First driver, there he is, to breach the sub-28 fours, and did so maybe with a little draft, little toe off the back of his teammate Roberto Crown Jr., who right now sits up inside the top 5 in fourth. I believe right now we've got all 4 of the Trackhouse cars inside of the top 10. Sarah Fogelman, in her second start of the season, is currently scored in 8th, and Juan Garcia currently holds down the final spot inside of the top 10. That was a monster lap there by Eli Bright, and with only 30 seconds left, I don't think anybody's going to be able to wrestle the pole position away from him. Eli Bright, we talked about the fact that he's 22nd in points with an average finish of about 19th, 20th, something like that. His average starting position is 14th. That will improve tremendously. And as soon as I give the pole to Eli Bright, Jackson Haywood in the 93 has jumped to the top of the board. So these drivers making those last-minute adjustments, and they are working out, because a 28.291 for Jackson Haywood by over a full tenth blows Eli Bright's 397 out of the water. And what was looking like Toyota was going to wrestle the pole away from the Fords say not so fast. And Jackson Haywood's KB Racing Enterprises Blue Oval now looks like it will be at the top of the board, relegating Eli Bright to the outside of the front row. What a lap time there for Jackson Haywood. And he did so in traffic. I mean, he's got his teammate Craig Batson up ahead there, Mike Tellier, Cody Majoric behind him. He had to put that lap time together in traffic, and that's not easy to do, especially at a track like Phoenix with the heavier braking zones and everybody having different lift points. And there you have it. Just like that, zeros on the clock, session is complete, and Jackson Haywood is going to be leading us to green tomorrow in the Bosch's Supermarket 94. Eli Bright will share the front row with him. Mike Tellier, who led most of the session, is going to start in third, and Colin Grace will line up in fourth. So Ford's on the bottom, Toyota's on the top in the first 2 rows. Roberto Crown Jr. is going to start this race in fifth. High starting Chevrolet will be Jordan Anderson in sixth. Chris Dollerton and his teammate Michael Turner, they'll share row number 4 with Sarah Fogelman and Dave Smith, the completion of the top 10. Take a look further down. A number of drivers with some issues here today. Wes McCoy had the engine failure and was involved in that wreck on the back straightaway. Then again, about half the field was involved in that wreck on the back straightaway. And Cam Wright Jr. came into this race the points leader, and he will start shotgun on the field. He's got a lot of cars he's going to have to pass tomorrow afternoon to preserve the points lead, which he only has by 1 point over Skylar Taylor, 2 over Roberto Crown Jr., 4 over Kyle Langland, and 5 over Aubrey Powell, which I believe all those drivers are starting somewhere inside of the top 20, so should be a very interesting points battle tomorrow for sure. But congratulations to Jackson Haywood he gets his first pole in the Duracell Ultra Lite series. We'll see if it translates into his first checkered flag in tomorrow afternoon's main event. If you guys enjoyed today's qualifying session, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe part of the crew today. We have shown your qualifying results. Tomorrow afternoon, Cup drivers take the track for qualifying, and then at 3 p.m., it's the Duracell Ultra Lite Series race right here in the desert at Phoenix. But until then, I've been Seth Cole. You've been watching the broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.